Hi there, Jason Wartzman here from Granny's. We're a farmers cooperative and we're all about poultry. I'm here today to show you how to roast a whole turkey on a charcoal barbecue and how you can have a moist, juicy, tender, tasty turkey for your holiday dinner. I'm going to show you how to get the turkey ready for roasting. So we'll start by reaching inside here and getting out the giblets. And we'll just open up the little package that they come in here. And I usually have some liver there, maybe a heart, and sometimes some kidneys as well, all that yummy stuff. And there should be gizzards here, and neck as well. And once you get everything out of there, it's a good idea to rinse the bird out. After rinsing the bird, it's a good idea to just pat it dry, a little bit inside and out, a little bit on the underside. Okay, then I like to trim off any excess fat if there is some. There's usually quite a bit around the neck, so I'll just trim that off and discard it. And we tuck the drumstick ends underneath the flap of skin here, so it's not really necessary to tie those ends there, which is really nice. But you should really tie the wings up just because the tips can burn and it'll generally cook more evenly. So it's really just taking some string. Make sure you're using cotton string. Butcher's twine is best. And you really don't have to there's lots of fancy ways to tie and truss a bird, but as long as you get those wing tips close to the bird, it really achieves what you're looking for, which is just to make sure it's cooked nice and evenly. Cut off a little bit of the excess string there, and then all you really need to do is season it. I like to use sea salt and freshly ground black pepper. Sometimes I might put a little paprika on as well. Nice to get a little salt into the cavity too. And here's some pepper here. And that's it. Then your bird's ready to be roasted. Now I'm going to show you how to cook a whole turkey on a charcoal barbecue. So the real key to this is cooking with indirect heat. So on this barbecue here, we have some charcoal baskets, which are really handy because you can just pick up the baskets and move the coals to either side once they're going. If you don't have the basket, what you can do is just push your coals up to either side in two piles. And then you need to put a roasting pan in the middle, and that's going to catch all your juices and you won't have any flare-ups. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the grill on top here. And this grill here is really nice because it has hinges on either side. So you can lift the hinges and add coals, which you need to do about every 45 minutes to an hour just to keep your fire going for probably about 2 hours if you're doing a 10 kilo turkey, 2.5 hours if it's a little larger. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to place the bird right in the middle here. See, it's already starting to sizzle there. Then I just put the lid on top, and you've got venting in the bottom of the barbecue as well as the top. So you've got holes in the bottom and the top, which is really nice because the hot air just continues to flow through the barbecue, and it's really like convection cooking, which is why you can cook a turkey. If you've got your coals going well, you can cook it for, sometimes it only takes an hour and a half, whereas the same bird would take 2 to 2.5 hours in a regular oven. And the temperature on there should go up to around 350 degrees. And we'll come back and add a few coals maybe a little later on before we check it to see if it's done. So I'm going to check on the bird now, see how it's doing on the barbecue here. Temperature's reading about 380 degrees, which looks really good. And so it's been on there for about 45 minutes. I think it's probably time to add some coals. So what I'll do is I'll just lift up one of the hinges there. Just grab a few coals because it's really hot right now, but if all those coals burn off, then it'll be really hard to get them going again to finish the bird later. What I'm using here is, rather than briquettes, this is called lump charcoal, and this is oak hardwood charcoal. And it really adds a nice smoky flavor to the bird. So as these new coals are catching, it'll send off quite a bit of smoke, and that'll really add to the smoky flavor of the bird. Not to an extreme extent, though, that it'll be like a smoked turkey. Turkey's been roasting here on the charcoal barbecue for about 2 hours, and we're just going to have a peek here and see if it's ready. So I'm just going to lift the lid off here, and you can see it's looking nice and crispy. Nice skin on there. You've got your drippings in the bottom of the pan there. So what the best thing to do is to just take a meat thermometer, put it into the thigh meat, and check the internal temperature. You're looking for about 170 degrees Fahrenheit. If you have stuffed your bird, you're going to want it to be closer to 180. Once you've determined your bird's all done and you're ready to take it off, what you should do is put it in a pan or on a platter and just loosely tent it with foil. And you want to keep it hot but not steaming is the idea for about 15 to 20 minutes. And that way you can ensure that all the juices settle into the meat, and when you go to carve it, you're going to have an exceptionally juicy, moist bird and that nice smoky flavor of the charcoal.